Let's get it, baby. The Shift, episode 101. We are back. We are back, Earnshaw. What's up, brother?
Yo, you're gonna go get a snack this time, this episode?
Yo, you know it's
no
fine.
snacks on this one?
I know. Yeah, I know we were both prepping for the show prior to this, but I got to start with the episode of, man, we got ripped. We got ripped, at WIP for not staying up for the rest of game 5.
Did we? Dude, I was cooked.
Yeah, we were both cooked, but I think we were rightfully so. We got cooked for not
It's all
staying
right.
up.
It's fair.
I don't know.
Kept going. It just wouldn't stop. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
No way.
And the game went on for another 45 minutes to an hour.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. That was listen, they can flame us. They can flame us all they want. Anyone can flame us. I'll take that one. I'll take that one.
You will take that one because you were look, you texted me. I did say
you were up for almost a day. So like I feel for you. 24 hours straight nearly.
Yeah.
No,
next time I need you to be like, friend, gotta get through it. I need more encouragement. All
right.
But
a little more encouragement.
But it's all it is that people understand is that the first time's never gonna be the best, dude. Let's be real. Is it true?
Well,
in some cases.
You don't also didn't think it was gonna be like 15 freaking innings.
Yeah, we didn't plan for that. We didn't plan going like, yo, man, if this goes extras, are we gonna stay up? We didn't think about that.
No, did not cross my mind one bit. Like, it'll be over by
honestly,
this time. We'll be good.
Yeah. It didn't cross my mind until like the end of the 10th, and I was like, damn, here we go. I'm getting tired.
That was it.
I don't have as much energy that I did as when I went to get the hot Cheetos.
No, you had a lot. That was your peak right there. You got the hot Cheetos.
Hot Cheetos, and the milkshake.
Yeah, and it was over after that.
And then you got your tortellini pasta from.
I did. I got my pasta. It was great.
What a start, man. I mean, look, I'm psyched for today's episode. This is our first normal episode in a while.
Yeah, man.
Episode 100 was our watch party. Dude, I just what we're gonna get to our World Series preview for sure. We got the Dodgers and Blue Jays. We also have, Nick, our all-time World Series team. We like to do our all-time franchises. So we're going to do our all-time World Series team. Stay tuned for that. But where we must start, Nick, is Game 7, ALCS last night. The series has been so unpredictable, just the way it's gone. Seattle took the first two in Toronto. Seattle then loses the next two, in Seattle to Toronto. And the way the series goes to where, okay, we're in a Game 7, Blue Jays at home. I edged the Blue Jays at home just because they were at home.
Yeah.
But I wasn't going to be, I will, going into the game, Nick, I was like, okay, this is honestly, for the most part, it's a toss-up just the way the series is gone. Seattle was my pick to get to the World Series. And, just going into that 7th game, Nick, it was really tough, I think, to know who was going to win that game. And the way that it played out, where Seattle, they get up early. You get big homers from J-Rod and Cal Raleigh, and Cal has been unbelievably clutch all season long for them.
Yep.
You were hoping that they would get it to him in the 9th inning. Fortunately, they couldn't. And that George Springer home run, I mean, what more can you say about George Springer? I mean, from his days with the Astros to his days now with the Blue Jays, I would say it's like him, and we're going to get somebody else in this series too, Kike Hernandez, two guys that are really big postseason monsters, Nick. And George Springer, I mean, we could debate it. That's right up there with Joey Bats. I mean, I think this might be big. It's bigger, right? It's bigger than Joey Bats.
Yeah, I think the Joey Bats one's
so iconic.
It's iconic because of the bat flip. This is iconic. This is going to be iconic because of the moment.
Yeah, I mean, this is obviously Joe Carter's bigger, but I mean, George Springer. That's one of the biggest postseason home runs in Blue Jays history. One of the biggest ones, and in recent memory too. So, just take me thoughts, Nick, about Blue Jays winning. last night. Had an all-time Game 7 too. I felt like in recent memory as well.
Yeah.
So just give me your kind of general thoughts on what happened last night.
Yeah, and it sparks the conversation about analytics again too, right? Wu getting taken out,
Oh yeah,
and then boom, Springer out of there, gone. I mean, that's an all-time home run. It just seems like Blue Jays players have a knack for hitting the big home run. You mentioned it, Joe Carter, Joey Bats, now George Springer, 3 iconic home runs in the franchise's history. Got to feel for the Mariners fans, man. They're up 2-0, right? Like they had this series in their favor for a while here, and can't win it in Toronto. I saw somebody put out a video of the decibel levels like 110 when he hit that home run. That place was going nuts. George Springer again with another big postseason moment. And this will get into the storylines, right? Like, have the Blue Jays gotten that big time player? They've kind of lost out on some of those players, right? That they thought they were in on, they never got, and they finally get to a World Series from some of their homegrown guys. They get these other pieces of really good players, but maybe not superstar level, right? So listen, that was a great Game 7. I mean, there's no better 2 words in sports than Game 7, and that one lived up to it. You just felt deflated if you were the Mariners after that home run, and it was just a rough AB by Julio Rodriguez last night. I just a rough one to end the game on, to say the least, because the way it ended, not one pitch was a strike. Like, the entire location from Jeff Hoffman, former Philadelphia Philly, closing it out for the Toronto Blue Jays. Not one of those pitches was a strike. None of them were in the zone. So the fact that he could not get Cal Raleigh up to the plate, that's going to haunt Mariners fans for a long time. Like, that's baseball. It's the 7th inning, bottom of the 7th. They still had 2 more chances to tie it up, and it was only a 1-run game, right? But all the momentum swung after that, and it was all on the Blue Jays side. They had a couple of chances to add and extend that lead, but were unable to. Toronto was. But the Mariners just were deflated after that. And watching Rodriguez in that at bat, man, and you could see post game just on their faces. Everybody was interviewed, like tears coming down their faces. You heard, I think it was confirmed it was Rodriguez yelling in the background of one of the interviews. So a lot of emotion. That's a tough way to go out, man. Tough way to end your season that way, especially when you're up 2-0. Rough there, first 2 in Seattle.
Yeah, I mean that's the closest they ever were. To get into the World Series. I mean, look, this wasn't as good as the Mariners rotation can be. It can be at when they're at their best, the best rotation in baseball. The Blue Jays rotation can be good too. This series was about the offenses of both teams. And I mean, really what it came down to is that it's which team was going to have the bigger moment to me. Like when the and honestly, like the Mariners, like didn't shy away from that. Like they got it from guys like Polanco. They got it from guys like Rowley. It's just the Blue Jays did it when they needed it the most, as late as it could get in the series, in the bottom of the 7th inning when George Springer did it. That's what it was about. And I mean, look, when the series is this close, when it comes down to a 4-3 win, of course we're going to look at why wasn't Munoz brought in over Bizzardo. And I get it. Like at that time, like, why don't you go to your best reliever? Why don't you go to your best reliever at that point? Bizzardo's a good reliever too, but why don't you go to Munoz? So I can totally understand it. But also, like, who knows? Maybe Springer was going to hit a 3-run homer off Munoz too. I don't know. We'll never know. Well, we do this a lot of times after games, after series. We always
second guess, and
it happens. And sometimes, managers make what we think is the wrong decision, and it works out, and they look smart. And we were like, hey, who are we to question this guy? Again, Bizzardo's been just Munoz has been better this year, but has been had an elite season too. At least an elite regular season. So It's not like it was like the worst decision of all time. Yes, I think we all could have agreed that Munoz was probably the better choice, but at the end of the day, man, George Springer, his resume speaks for himself. So you could say all you want about the Munoz-Brizardo thing, but Springer 3-run home run, man, and I echo a lot of the things you say. I mean, that the Mariners were my pick to get to the World Series out, from the before the playoffs started, or right before the playoffs started, and I felt pretty good about that heading
They're
into
pretty
the
damn
series.
close. I mean, they came within a run. You know what I mean?
And
they go out and get Suarez at the deadline. Like, they made moves to go all in, and they were there, they were right there. And just, it's baseball. It's the most fun word to say, right? The most fun phrase to say. That's baseball.
Absolutely, and credit to the Blue Jays. Credit to I know we're going to get into it with the preview. We're going to talk about him as well. But credit to Vladimir Guerrero Jr. I mean, what a postseason so far.
Guy.
What a CS as well. Didn't have a great start to the series. Blue Jays offense didn't have a good start to the series in general, but Vladdy was a big part of them picking it back up. And I mean, you can't say enough great things about Vladdy Jr.
And remember beginning of the year. Remember the Cole contract situation. Was he going to come back? Was he going to resign? Remember the whole thing? That was a big topic early on the season. It's crazy. Man. That's how much things change from the beginning of the year towards the end. Like, so much changes. So people are freaking out about their teams in the early part of the season. Like, relax. This is baseball. It's a marathon, not a sprint. That was a major discussion early on in the season. They ended up getting the contract resolved. Boom. He has had a massive postseason, and he's been worth every penny so far of that contract extension. I'd be happy if I'm Toronto, right? You want to obviously get the whole entire job done, but man, he's been awesome.
Yeah, and I just want to go back real quick because I know we're going to talk about the Blue Jays some more in the World Series.
Yeah.
I mean, just I think this was seriously, I think this was a huge missed opportunity for Seattle. Like, huge. Yeah. I mean, Suarez can be a free agent. Josh Naylor, who I think they would like to re-sign him, but he's also a free agent. I just think that they were a big part of them making this run. And I mean, and I know I'm talking baseball with Chris Rose and Trevor Plouffe, like, it's just like an obvious thing, but like, saw today they were talking about, like, you're not going to expect Cal Raleigh to hit 60 home runs and drive in 125 again next year, are you? I mean, he's going to come back
all-time season.
Like, he's going to come back down to earth. I mean, so I mean, that's going to be offensive numbers you're going to have to fill. You would think from other pieces from your offense. Not to say they don't have a good offense, but this is just a missed opportunity as far as the deadline they had, the way that it came together for the rotation. Even, Brian Wu gave you a couple of decent innings. I know he, I guess, was charged with a couple of those runs to the Springer home run. I know. But, he gave you what he could in a couple of innings that he could have. And it's like the rotation came together, I thought, at a good time. And, same thing with the bullpen. I felt like overall they had the best team in the American League. And who knows? I mean, I don't know, man. J-Rod's still young. You still obviously have Cal Raleigh.
I think they're still going to be in the mix. But
they're going to be a good team. I'm not saying that. I just think that this was a missed opportunity for them. It's not like, no disrespect to the Blue Jays. They're a good team. Hey, we'll talk about it. Maybe they do have a shot against the Dodgers. But Seattle, this was a missed opportunity, man.
Yeah.
Like, there's no super huge juggernaut over there. There's not a super big one. So that's all I'm saying. So it was a big missed opportunity for Seattle.
No, they'll be in the mix. And you mentioned a couple of the free agents. Like, they go after Suarez. That's a big bat at the deadline they get from Arizona. And they went all in, right? And this was the year your opportunity was right there. You were up. And then that happens. Like, you can't, it's so hard to come back from something like that. A big home run, the momentum shift of the Springer home run, right? Throughout the series, they had a shot, right? But in a game 7, when that happens, it's tough to come back. And like, it's a microcosm of how the momentum shifted of Julio's at bat, the last at bat of the game, where there's not one pitch was in the zone. Not one pitch was in the zone. Tough AB for him. Like, they couldn't get to Cal Raleigh. And that's how it goes sometimes. But yeah, they went all in, missed opportunity. You don't know if you're going to catch fire like that again, right? A lot of these teams who have these runs, like, was that their shot, right? Like, was that their shot to get there? And will they have a shot to get back there? Maybe they get better. But I mean, this was a really good team. They were really deep, and man, they're going to probably lose some pieces in free agency. How do they respond? Are you going to get that type of season out of Cal Raleigh again? I don't know if it's going to be to that level. It'll be probably still really good for the next couple of years, right? You'll probably still get some really good seasons out of Cal Raleigh, but it's not going to be that level. Not going to happen.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, and you also at least know that Cal comes up big in big moments.
Yeah.
Well, he's very
got a clutch gene.
Yeah, and you know, I think maybe it was that Fox post game talking about it. Like they talk about how like his personality and the way he carries himself, calm in these big situations, it kind of rubs off on the rest of the team. So at least they know there's definitely some positives to take away from what the Mariners. I'm sure in that clubhouse, you know, for them that there are positives to take away, but at the same time, again, just a missed opportunity.
Yep,
so,
absolutely.
You ready for the World Series preview?
I'm ready, man. I'm ready. Here we go.
Let's go. Everyone's picking the Dodgers. Will we? Find out. Find out. Meat and potatoes. I'm not having hot Cheetos tonight.
Thank God. You should never have them. It's a bad take by you. I can't believe you went during the damn stream to get Cheetos. Hot Cheetos for that. You're a hot Cheeto guy.
We got more viewers in the stream. What do you mean?
You did it for the content, and I'm proud of you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I mean, I would have done it.
I was lazy. I DoorDashed, so
yeah, you got tortellini from Domino's.
No, local joint. I didn't eat it tonight yet, so
you still didn't eat?
Order. No,
you gonna go get something during the show.
Should I place an order now?
Get it delivered. Room dash, like right.
I did have chicken parm for lunch today. That was really good.
That sounds delicious.
Yeah, there's a local diner like right next to my place of work. It's awesome. Best chicken parm I've ever had.
Really? That's a
No, it's good. It's better than like this is coming from a diner. It is better than any restaurant I've ever been to. The chicken parm.
I'm jealous.
Yeah, it's good. It's a mess, but it's good.
Yeah, I hear you. Chicken parm's great, man. Chicken parm's great. Yeah. But let's get to the World Series preview, man.
Yeah.
We'll do our storylines here. We'll get into X factors, and then we will give our predictions. Is one of us picking the Blue Jays? I don't know. Or both of us picking the Blue Jays?
Both of us picking the Dodgers or the Blue. Who knows?
I don't know. All right, let's get into storylines.
Yep.
First, Nick. Let's go 2 storylines each, and I would like you to start. Give me 2 storylines you are looking forward to in this series.
All right, I'm going to shout out Thomas Harrison from his article today in Major League Baseball on MLB.com. I totally forgot about this. Ohtani and Zaki versus Toronto. Remember, both had Toronto as finalists. Remember that in their free agency. So this is what my point was earlier to start the show. I kind of teased it a little bit. Mm-hmm. This is could be a little bit of a get back for Toronto, right? They're always in the mix for these big time free agents. Ohtani being the biggest of them all. Remember he was on the plane in Toronto. Oh, he's not on the plane in Toronto. He's actually signed with the Dodgers the following next day for over $700 million deferred payments and all that jazz. So that is a fun storyline. Can Toronto, who is missed out on free agent after free agent, big time superstar free agent. They've gotten some good ones, right? They get some good players in there, but they've missed out on the big time players. And Ohtani being the biggest of them all, I think it's very interesting, to say the least, to have those guys match up against Toronto. So I think that one's an interesting storyline. Shout out to Thomas for pointing that out. I totally forgot about that, and I wanted to use that as one of my storylines. All right. Do you want me to give my second one too?
Why don't we go one?
All right, one each. Go ahead.
Yeah, no,
go ahead.
We'll
you go. That's my number one.
If you don't mind.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go with. You know, it's funny. I had 3 written down, so but I have to give 2 though. I have to be respectful to the show. I can't just
follow the rules, Fran. Jeez,
yeah,
you're following rules, Fran.
I will because I'm gonna pick one out of that here. Ready? Bump it up, bump it up, bump it up, bump it up. All right, I'm going. I think it's really interesting. I have to look at me preparation. The history of a team that has gone in the CS that has gone on the opposite sides. One series that's a sweep versus the team that goes to 7 games. I think the team that has with less rest has won the last 4 times.
That's a good stat by you.
Yeah, and could that be in favor of the Blue Jays? Now you still get like 4 days. World Series starts Friday.
Yeah, Friday.
So, I mean, each team gets the rest for sure, but I mean, the Dodgers have had an extra week of rest.
Yeah.
Is there something to that? You think? Is there something?
Yeah, man. No, there is. That's a real conversation. It comes up every year, especially with the wild card teams, right? Like that discussion comes up every year. I was interviewing Tommy Green a couple of weeks ago, former Phillies pitcher, and I asked him that question. I'm like, is it better to have the rest or is it better to just keep playing and just keep going? He said it's better to keep playing. So, former Major League player right there on the 93 Phillies against Toronto, right? He said he would rather keep playing, keep going, keep the momentum going. I'm paraphrasing, obviously, but that's coming from a former player. Now, I feel like there's a lot of players that might look at it differently, right? But it seems like general consensus, guys want to continue playing. And I think there's something to that because when you have all that momentum and you're continuously playing, you're not sitting around, not to say that the Dodgers are just sitting around doing nothing, but there's difference from being in the grind, having momentum, etc. That's a long time off. They swept total opposite of what Toronto did, right? They went to 7 games, close games throughout the series. Boom. They're only having a couple days off, so they get some rest. They get a little bit of rest, but they've been on the couch for how long now, right? In Los Angeles. Now, it might not mean anything, but I think there is something to that. And asking a former player just a couple weeks ago, he said he'd rather keep going. So I think it's good. It's good. It's a good stat by you because I think there is merit to it.
Yeah, I think that's really interesting insight that you talked to Tommy Green about that, and that's what he said. So the exact thing, by the way, it's in the previous 4 instances. The team that played the 7-game series won the World Series. I forget what teams it was. It was posted somewhere on Twitter earlier. But that's my first storyline. Give me another one.
All right. So I think this is a big deal. That Donnie Baseball could get his first World Series win after all those years. One postseason berth with the New York Yankees. A part of those Yankee teams that didn't win, they couldn't win, right? They made fun of it in Seinfeld all the time. He's manager of the Dodgers, manager of the Marlins. Now as a bench coach, I believe his 4th year with the Toronto Blue Jays. He gets a taste of this World Series. Pretty cool, especially against his former team that he managed. I thought that was very interesting. Guy just hasn't gotten over the hump, right? Finally gets a taste of the World Series here. Could he bring home the hardware this time, right? Especially with all those years that he missed out. So Donnie Baseball, first World Series, could it happen? I think that's it's a smaller storyline in the grand scheme of things. Obviously, he's not playing, but just in the history of the game, Don being an important part of Major League Baseball history, I think that's pretty fascinating.
I like it. I like it a lot. So my second one, someone that was just announced, and he said, "I'm good to play." He's coming off injury, but I think it's an important piece for the Blue Jays offense because they're going to need it against the way the Dodgers starting pitching is going, and the way just look, they're going to need it. They're going to end up trying to match up with the Dodgers offense as well.
Yeah,
Bo Bichette's back for the Blue Jays. He said he's good to go. Not exactly sure how, but not exactly sure how it's going to go. But I'm pretty sure he's good to go, according to him. According to him, they've talked to him, and he's good to go. So, look, Vladdy can't do it all by himself. Addison Barger can't do it all by himself. These guys can't do it. They're going to need. Look, the Blue Jays offense has been great all year, and Bo Bichette, when healthy, was a part of that. Was he not? So
Yep.
So, 840 OPS this year, almost 20 home runs, hit 311, like had a really good year offensively. And the Blue Jays offense, look, if he's able to be back and, be as healthy as possible, obviously probably won't be 100%, but at least healthy enough to play. I think if Bo can come back and, give and be the player that he's been for Toronto, I won't say too much in the past because there were a couple of years there where he wasn't playing well, specifically last year. But this year, if he can come back and be the good Bo Bichette that we know, I think that's key for Toronto's offense.
I love it. So it's funny. I used Bo as one of my X factors. That was my number one X factor. Number one X factor. So I guess we could transition. Yeah, that's my number one X factor in this series. Yeah, let's transition X factors because
go.
Yeah, I want to bounce off the Bo Bichette thing. Yeah, man. I mean, listen, he had that collision against the New York Yankees on September 6th. That'll be his first time. John Schneider, manager of the Blue Jays, said, quote, if I have it up right here somewhere, it is here. He has made significant progress in his rehab. So, I mean, I don't know how much that means, right? Like, is he going to be 80%, 75%? Because nobody's 100% at this time of the season after 162 plus. So where is he at? So that's a good sign if you're a Blue Jays fan, right? That Bo is going to be back. And dude, he had an unbelievable year. You mentioned it, batted 311. I want to make sure I mentioned the batting average that you omitted, from your little diatribe there. You want to mention the batting average over 311.
Relax, go ahead.
You mentioned the OPS, all that. 311. 311's good. All right. 18 home runs, 94 ribbies. He's an important factor, man. The fact if they can get him back for the World Series, especially a guy who's now rested, can come in a little bit fresh. If his rehab is going well, that's a big bat to get back into your middle of the lineup, especially heading up against the Dodgers starting pitching staff that is legit. They've lost one freaking game. That's it. Like, you know what I mean? So far in this postseason. So that's it. That's a massive X factor, getting Bo back, and how much can he contribute to the offense of the Toronto Blue Jays?
Okay. So we're getting to 3 X factors here. You gave one.
I'm
pretty sure all 3 of my X factors aren't necessarily anything like surprising.
Yeah.
I will say first one, and these are in no particular order, but first one, Dodgers starting pitching. Like they have been the number one reason why they have been, maybe outside of the Red Series, but they've been the number one reason why they have gotten to the World Series at this point. Yes, their offense has been good for the most part. They have come up key for them in big situations. You can go back to Teoscar Hernandez with a home run off Matt Strahm in Game 1 against the Phillies. You can go back to, you can just go to the NLCS and just getting the hits when they needed them against the Brewers, and the Yamamoto, Snell, Ohtani, and Glasnow all do their thing against Milwaukee. And the Dodgers, it's starting pitching. It's been so key for them, and it's going to be key for them once again, because of, and another one. I'll talk about the bullpen, and another X factor, but their pitching has been so key for their success so far this postseason. So it has to be an X factor.
Yeah, I'm with you there. And I went specifically with my second X factor, Blake Snell.
By the way, has been confirmed. Alden Gonzalez from ESPN. Snell will be starting Game 1. Yamamoto will be starting Game 2.
Yeah, I think he's a massive X factor. Can he continue this dominant stretch throughout the postseason? He's pitched. He started in 3 games during the playoffs, 1 in each series. He's pitched at least 6 innings and struck out at least 9 batters in each of those 3 outings. Like, he has been dominant. Now he's going to go up against a good offense in Toronto that gets Bo Bichette back. Going back to the first X factor, can Blake Snell continue to be that dominant? Can he fan that many batters in a game again, right? Like, is he going to be up to par in the World Series on this rest? They're going to start him Game 1 so they can get him back for Game 5 if necessary, right? Like, so they were able. That's the positive part about having off, right? Like, you could set your rotation. Now you get Blake Snell twice, and he's been so good throughout the postseason. Can that continue? You might get to see him 2 more times throughout this postseason in the World Series. So I think Blake Snell and his performance, if he could stay at that dominant level, That's a huge X factor for the Dodgers, and they have him go in game 1, and they like to have him, if they need to, game 5.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm going to stick with pitching on the Dodgers side, but this is specifically for the Blue Jays. I mean, they got to get into the Dodgers bullpen, man.
Yeah, I got that as my final X factor too. Let's do it.
Screw you.
Look, smart guys. We're smart guys over here.
Hey, now you're pandering. Now
Yeah.
he's pandering. Well, we could talk about this more then. I mean, yeah, it's huge. This was one of my, when I was doing the Philly, when I do a Phillies podcast, when I was going in to do the podcast, one of my X factors for the Phillies was to get in the Dodgers bullpen.
Yep.
And it's the same here. It was probably the same for the Brewers. It was and it's the same here for the Toronto Blue Jays. It's obvious. Can they get into the Dodgers bullpen? I don't know. Maybe this is the time they crack. I mean, they're going to need those guys. Snell, Yamamoto. Maybe they don't need to have. I mean, maybe Yamamoto doesn't need to have a complete game, but they're going to need Snell, Yamamoto, these guys to get you into the 7th inning or later. Just because. I mean, look, the Dodgers bullpen has been. Look, Saki's been great. This is one guy. It's been one guy.
Awesome.
So, I mean, if you're Toronto's offense, I mean, you really got to hope that maybe you can crack something with this Dodgers starting pitching that the Phillies, Brewers, and Reds all could not do. And that's something you got to figure out. You got the whole week to figure it out. So, but you also have the series as well.
Yeah.
But you have the off week here, and that's what they're going to do their best to do. They're going to say, how can we attack Snell, Yamamoto, these guys to get into that bullpen. So
yeah, I mean, listen, the Brewers had 14 hits on 119 at bats. That's good for a $118 batting average. I love my batting average stat. That's filthy. That's gross from the Dodgers starting pitching. I mean, listen, the fact they've been able to go deep into ball games, they can piggyback guys if they need to. They've just been so dominant, man. I mean, Sasaki, who's usually a starter, coming in to close things out, just utterly dominant. Glasnow has been good when they needed him. Yamamoto, dominant. Like I mentioned, Blake Snell, Ohtani, he's been really good, right? They've let him go. They've let him. There's no pitch limit on him. They're letting him rock, right? So you got to get into that bullpen early on, and it just doesn't seem like there's any sign of this pitching staff slowing down, other than maybe having too much time off, right? Like, is that the one thing that could slow them down? I don't know. But maybe that's something. If you are Toronto, getting Bo back is a massive X factor, because you need to hit these starters early. You need to drive their pitch counts up early to get to that bullpen. Because if you can get in there, they got a shot. And they got a shot to extend the series. So, I'm totally with you. You get in that bullpen. Don't let those guys get in the groove. The Blake Snells, the Yamamotos, the Otanis of the world. Don't let them get in the groove early, because they do. They're gonna keep that pitch count low. They're gonna induce ground ball outs when they need to, and they'll be just fine. So you need to find a way to get in that bullpen and jump on them early. You can't have a George Springer moment against the Dodgers. That can't happen. You can't let it get down 3-1, because the Dodgers will keep it right there at 3-1.
They will. And I mean, if you're Toronto, look at that tape from what the Phillies did to Yamamoto, early on in that game 3.
Yep.
So look,
the one blip.
One blip. So I guess the last one for me, unless the rest of Toronto's offense, unless Bo Bichette really adds. I mean, they're going to need. Toronto's going to need a good effort from their entire lineup. But big one is Vladimir Guerrero Jr. I think if Toronto really wants a shot in this series, Vladdy's gonna have to continue to stay hot, and hopefully they're the ones that won 7 games that can continue to keep Vladdy hot. He's having an all-time postseason, and I think if the Blue Jays really want a shot here, I just don't have a super big amount of confidence in their starting pitching or bullpen. And maybe they'll prove me wrong, but Vladdy Jr. is gonna have to continue to be himself that he's been the last couple of weeks. So Vladdy's my last X factor.
I love it. Did you see the video of him when he was younger, like running around and then like kind of panning? Oh, just I saw it on social media today. It was just absolutely awesome. Just awesome. The fact that a young kid now playing in the World Series, pretty cool.
It's incredible.
Cool.
It's awesome. Did you give me 3?
I gave you 3. Yeah.
Okay, I gave you 3 as well. All right. So it's prediction time. You want to give me your prediction? Any surprises?
Toronto with the momentum. Not as many days off.
Oh.
He's going to get this to 5 games. Dodgers in 5.
That was great work. That was great work. I couldn't do a good
Dodgers
job.
in 5.
You sold that pretty well.
Good.
I still knew you were going to go Dodgers, but you sold that. You did a good acting job. I think there were people out there that were like, "Oh my god, he might go."
Is
Toronto.
he actually going to go with Toronto? No.
Yeah, and I'm going Toronto in 6. What? Just kidding. I'm going.
Wow.
Oh, just kidding. I was all day thinking about trying so hard to be nice to Toronto and say,
no being nice, just get it right.
I'll give you an extra game. Like you can get one more game. Like the Dodgers can be in 6.
You're gonna be nice.
I'm not gonna be nice. It's Dodgers in 5 for me as well. I just don't see a world. Here's what I'll say.
All right.
I think the ceiling is Dodgers in 6. The ceiling is like, okay, maybe the Blue Jays get it to 6 because Bo adds a bit more pop to the offense, and maybe they have a few games where the offense just goes off, and maybe they go off against Glass now, something like that. Maybe they go off against one of these. Maybe they get into the bullpen. Maybe one of those starters actually has a blip, like you mentioned. Maybe they have one of those, and the Blue Jays steal a couple. But I think Dodgers starting pitching with that momentum, and I think the Dodgers offense is kind of waiting for a series to kind of explode, and Ohtani's kind of waiting to explode, and he exploded right in that final game. We didn't even talk about that, by the way. I mean, he just had arguably and I actually want to get on your thoughts on this real quick because I was debating this with a few people. So obviously Ohtani, 6 innings, 10 strikeouts, no earned runs, 3 home runs in the NLCS clincher. All-time postseason, I think, sports performance.
Yes.
If you had to pick one, Don Larson World Series perfect game or Ohtani's NLCS game 4. I did not ask you about this prior to the show, so this is off top for you, but I am curious to know because I put this poll out on Twitter, and I won't tell you the results. Maybe you did see them, maybe you didn't. It's good if you didn't because I want you to not be biased. What if you had to pick? What is more impressive? World Series perfect game by Don Larson or Shohei Ohtani NLCS 6 innings, 10 strikeouts, 3 home runs? Which one's more impressive?
Perfect game's so hard to do, man. There's why there's only so many.
Only 23 or whatever it is.
Yeah, in the history of the game.
And you do it on the biggest stage in the world.
The fact in a clinching game, he had 10 strikeouts, pitched 6 innings, no runs, shutout, and also hit 3 home runs. I gotta go Ohtani, man.
Really? See,
yeah.
I think if he went a complete game or something like that, that would be insane.
He still had 10 Ks.
I
man.
know, but like
no runs.
I know,
and he reached base every time. Like he hit 3 home runs and walked. It's incredible. It's incredible. He did both. Like he did both. Like a perfect game. I know. Like that's a tough question.
I know. I love what I mean. Like we're all obsessed with what Ohtani does and what he did. Like it was one of. I woke up, man, after I went to bed and I saw he had 2 home runs. I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And then I woke up and he had a 3rd one, and I was like, what?
Yeah. I was like in and out. I started dozing off during that game, and then I was like, something would happen. Oh, okay, all right, hit another one. Oh my god, you know what I mean?
I just think for me, Nick, like it's the World Series.
I know.
Like I think the fact that he did it in the World Series, the fact that Larson did it in the World Series. Perfect game. I just think
I don't disagree. I hear you. I just to win the pennant, That's pretty good too.
Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot of
Pretty
pressure.
good.
There wasn't a lot of pressure. I mean,
I
they
mean,
could.
stop.
No, the Brewers
Still-
weren't coming. The Brewers weren't coming back.
Listen. It's payroll versus payroll. 350 mil versus 255 mil. There's $100 million difference here in payrolls. Okay, in this World Series, like we know it wasn't a big deal for the Dodgers. You know, checkbooks to the Los Angeles checkbooks, I should say, not the Los Angeles Dodgers. Los Angeles checkbooks. To get to the World Series, we know it wasn't a big deal. That's why you see their celebration was an absolute disgrace of a celebration on the field. Just my opinion, but still, the fact that he did it in the CS to win the pennant, that's a big deal to me. And the fact that he sucked all postseason and then finally did something.
Yeah, I know. Apparently, he was pissed off. He was mad at the critics. So I was like, okay,
Yeah,
you were
okay.
just due for a big game.
Yeah. By the way, 350. But these are two of the top 5 payrolls in baseball, and there's $100 million difference essentially, 95 to be exact.
Yeah, because
that's
the
freaking
Dodgers pay
crazy.
everybody. I know. It's insane. It's insane.
The Los Angeles deferred payments. Okay, continue.
Good work by you. Good work by you. That's still LAD too.
Yeah, it is. I know.
LAD. That's a good acronym. All right, we're gonna do our all-time World Series team, Nick. It's time for the all-time World Series team. If you follow our Instagram page, you know that we do these all-time World Series teams as well. And if you want to go see some of our other all-time World Series teams or all-time franchises, they're on our IG. I don't even know what you call that. That's not story.
Instagram.
Yeah, but it's like
Instagram page.
Yeah, it goes to our page.
God, I see another gray going by the second on right there. And it's another gray popping in,
Actually, I knew what I was talking about. Clown. By the way, I want to actually, before we get to I apologize. I keep going off track here. How do you feel about my buddy Sincere, right? He's from the Bronx.
Yeah.
But he roots for the Blue Jays because of Vladdy. How do you feel about that?
Is he a Yankee fan?
He's not. That's what I'm saying, but he's from the Bronx.
I mean,
weird?
I
give him crap for it all the time. I'm like, that's weird.
I mean, a little bit. Usually, where you're born is the team you like. But I mean, I know plenty of people that like, a team from a different area. So I don't hate it. It's a little odd, but
I just feel like if I was from the Bronx, man, like 27 rings.
When did he start liking them?
I don't know. He just every time he texts me and my other buddies, we're in a group chat. He's like, "Oh, Vladdy!" Exclamation point! Exclamation point! Exclamation point! He does like the emoji exclamation points. He does like the red exclamation points. He's like, "Vladdy and Bo, baby." I'm like, "All right,
Vladdy and Bo." Hey, if he's a true fan, he's a true fan. Like he's a Toronto fan. I have a buddy hates everything Philadelphia. Was born and raised in this area. Can't stand it.
Weird. That's odd.
I know a couple of those people. There's a few of those. You always get a couple of stragglers now. It is what it is. I don't think it's that crazy, especially today's day and age when a lot of people just follow players anyway. So I don't think it's that crazy. Sincere, I think you're fine, dude. You're fine. It's all right. A little weird that you're straight from the Bronx. Yankee Stadium's literally right there. Overrated stadium, by the way. Yeah. By the way, overrated stadium. Just overrated.
Totally. Yeah, I don't. It's funny. I don't think it's rated highly though. I don't think people rate the new Yankees.
I'm just saying the ones I've been to now, it's overrated.
Yes,
Fenway. Forget about it. Stop. So good.
Goat.
Dude, yeah. I mean, that like I feel like CBP is so great. Like we were very lucky where we are at to have a ballpark, like one of the newer ballparks in the past 25 years. Like it's 20 years old now, which is nuts. But that it's amazing. But man, there's just something about Fenway. When we walked in there, we're like, damn.
Yeah, it was
like damn.
I never felt anything. You know me. I gave a weird comparison for but it's okay.
By the way, Sincere, I have too many freaking Yankees. I'm pretty pissed off that I have this many Yankees on my list.
He's probably gonna hate it. Where all the Blue Jays at? All right. So I guess I'll go first. We're going infield. We're going outfield. Starting pitcher, closer, and DH. I think you did all that, or you didn't.
Yeah, no, I did.
Okay, I was making sure.
Yeah, I got it.
All
Sorry.
right. So
I'm pulling it up.
It's okay. All right. So I'm going catcher, right?
Yeah.
Going to your squad. One of your 7 squads. The Athletics. Gene Tennis. Not like the sport tennis. I think that's how you say his name.
Oh my God.
In the 72 World Series, hit 4 of the 5 home runs that the A's hit that series, and drove in 9 of their 16 runs. So I'm going to give Gene Tennis, my catcher.
Okay.
Maybe a little bit was biased because tennis, but Gene Tennis.
Okay.
I'm gonna look up the pronunciation of that because I don't want to sound like an idiot. After giving my lineup, first base, going Lou Gehrig, had some incredible numbers in the World Series. Second base, one of the most iconic, I think, walk-off moments in sports, Bill Mazeroski.
Okay.
For the Pirates, it's the Game 7 walk-off home run in the World Series. I'm going to give Bill Mazeroski my second baseman. Third base, I'm going one of the more clutch players in recent sports history. Third baseman for the St. Louis Cardinals, David Freese, had some incredible moments. Honestly, one of the more clutch players. You could put him up there. You could put him up there with a bunch of other, George Springer. You put him up there. So David Freese for me. Outfield in no particular order. They can play whichever position in the outfield they want. That's how I do it. I don't know how you do it. You want to do particulars. Go Reggie Jackson, Mr. October. That's an obvious one. You probably have him too. And you out there probably have him as well. Going Barry Bonds because the 0-2 World Series I know, and he had in the past some bad postseasons, but that 0-2 World Series was pretty insane. He had a couple of home runs in that series, or some of the farthest home runs I think I've ever seen. And then Hideki Matsui. Don't like talking about him because the Phils in 09, but Matsui had a pretty insane 09 World Series. So I'm going Matsui. Starting pitcher, going Bob Gibson. Had, I think, 64 and 67 World Series. Had just some insane numbers at ERA under 2. Closer, pretty easy, Mariano Rivera. And DH, some absolutely absurd numbers in the World Series. Big Papi, one of my favorite, I think, personalities to watch right now on TV. David Ortiz is my DH.
Oh.
And I'm going to look up Gene Tennis's name while you do your lineup.
All right, here we go. Ready?
Do it.
All right. Catcher, Yogi Berra. Fantastic in the World Series. You're going to hear a lot of Yankees, unfortunately, but it just is what it is. Right? It is what it is at this point. Yogi, all-time leader of World Series hits and at-bats, so got to put him there. First base, I'm going with your boy, your guy, more recent, over Lou, Albert Pujols at first base.
Great one.
Albert Pujols at first base. Second base, I got to go with the guy, man. I got to go with the guy, Chase Utley. Chase Utley went deep 7 times in 15 World Series games. We remember the 09 World Series. He was unbelievable. Utley is one of only 3 players to homer as many as 5 times in one World Series, and the only one to do so in a losing effort. Utley, fantastic in the World Series. So I'm going him my second baseman. Third base, 2011, David Freese, for obvious reasons. Clutch Gene. All-time World Series there for David Freese. So I got to put him at third base. Shortstop, I'm going to go Derek Jeter. Left field, I'm going Mickey Mantle. Center field, Willie Mays. Right field, Reggie Jackson. So DH, I'm leaving Babe off, man. I'm just going to leave Babe off because I want to. I got too many Yankees. Leaving Babe off. Big Papi. Big Papi is going to be my DH. All right. Mario Rivera is going to close it out for me too. But my starting pitcher, how could I leave? Not have this guy start? The Moose.
What numbers did he put up? What numbers did he put up?
The Moose needs to be in the conversation to start. He was electric in the World Series. All right. You want me to tell you some numbers? You want me to tell you some numbers from the Moose? Sure. He pitched in 8 games, 8 World Series games, 3 straight World Series. He had an ERA of 1.58 in the World Series. An ERA of 1.58. Yeah. Wait, I'm not done. Let me keep it rolling. George Moose, 2 out of 3 World Series, was absolutely fantastic. These were with the Athletics. Back-to-back World Series champion. Him with the 1-2 punch at Lefty Grove in 1929 and 1930. You thought I was going to leave the Moose off. Oh, you are mistaken. You were absolutely mistaken. I got to pull up this one number. There are only a couple pitchers with multiple scoreless World Series outings of 5 innings or more and 2 or fewer hits allowed. Walker Buehler, Madison Bumgarner, Warren Spahn, and George the Moose Earnshaw. How about that? All right.
I was unaware. I was unaware of the numbers.
56 strikeouts, a whip of 0.89. He had 5 complete games, also had a shutout in the World Series. The guy was electric in the Fall Classic. Boom. That's why he's got 2 rings.
Did you give me a closer, by the way? Did you say
I said Mariano Rivera.
Yeah,
Sorry
right.
about that. Yeah.
By the way, I totally screwed up and didn't give you a shortstop, and I just had to do some quick work real quick. I didn't realize. I was like, wait.
I missed it. I was getting my stuff ready because I was waiting for that. I was waiting for that all show.
Because you said shortstop, and I was like, oh, wait. That was I was unaware. Jeter's my shortstop.
Yeah. Okay.
I was unaware that Jorge had those type of
the real Moose.
Moose. Hey, this is a good argument for him to be the real Moose.
I know. I was waiting all show for that.
Look, man, I was unaware. I mean, those are incredible numbers.
Yeah. My phone's about to die, so I can't pull them up right now. But if you go on his baseball reference page, they'll have all his numbers for all the World Series.
Yeah, I'm looking at him. 158 ERA and 8 starts, 62 and 2/3 innings. That's nothing to sneeze at, man. That's ice in his veins.
That's where I get it from. That's where I get it from.
That's where you don't get it from. It must be from the other
side. Get it from. Runs in the fam.
Ice in your face.
Runs in the fam, man. But yeah, how about that stat? Pitchers with multiple World Series outings, 5 innings, 2 hits less. There's only a couple pitchers have done that.
That's pretty insane. Yeah. Running your bloodline, man. That's pretty cool.
Crazy.
It must be cool to because you have like a unique name, I think, like last name. And it must be pretty, I was sitting here looking up his name. It must be pretty cool to search on Baseball Reference and just search Earnshaw.
Yeah. I remember I was on the air with Rob Cherry one night, and we figured out it was this day in history. He had mentioned Babe Ruth hit 3 home runs in a game on this certain day. I think it was in May or something. I said it out loud on the air. I'm like, I wonder if Moose was pitching that day. We looked it up, and there was. 3 home runs to the Babe one day. Now, when it came to the World Series, dominant.
Dude, that's just really cool, man. That's really
cool. You remember when we went to Cooperstown? If you go to Cooperstown, you look at the Philadelphia A section, he has a watch from the 1929 World Series that was gifted to the team. He gifted it back to Cooperstown.
Wow.
Yeah.
From your great grandfather, right?
It was his uncle.
Sorry.
Uncle.
Still,
yes.
Still really cool.
Crazy.
That's really cool. That's awesome. So last thing, not related to any the playoffs, but I also wanted to mention Kurt Suzuki hired as the Angels manager. I think Troy Hunter, Albert Pujols both were in the running for it and did not. I was really interested to see one of those guys get it. I thought it would be really cool. But Kurt Suzuki,
pretty interesting. Yeah,
a good player. He gets hired by the Angels. So the Angels, man, I don't know how much that manager is really going to help them. They've tried this.
Yeah,
but
we'll
see.
A little bit more than a manager.
Yeah, but Kurt Suzuki hired by the Angels. But all right, man. So Dodgers in 5. No surprises here. Is there anybody out there, that is actually picking the Blue Jays, or is even picking this to go 7? Is there anybody?
I think there's a better chance it goes 6 or 7 than Toronto winning, but.
Yeah, there's just the Dodgers are primed to have their best series, I think, man. Yeah. They're just primed. They're just primed to have it. So we'll see. Yeah. Maybe the starting pitching regresses. Who knows?
We'll see. Anything can happen. That's baseball.
That's baseball, Susan. Anyway, but all right, Nick. Let's get out of here. Let's do it.
All right. See ya. Bye.
Let me take him out.
Take him out.
I'm gonna get my hot Cheetos soon. Maybe not tonight. It'll be soon. Maybe we'll do a watch party or something, and we'll both take Wawa trips at the same time, or something like that. Stay tuned for it. Earnshaw will go to Domino's. I'll go to Wawa. We'll do it at the same time. We'll FaceTime on StreamYard. That'll do it for us. Talk to you guys soon.